family, it's your girl Gina. Y'all, it is that time finally. I am going to take you guys on a tour of the new garden layout. So I'm going to tell y'all now, it ain't all like sparkly and all that, but this is what we working with now. This is how I have set up my garden space since I have um, torn down my old beds, added new beds, and decided to cover the rest of the yard for gardening. All right, so let me get you guys turned around, and I'm gonna share with y'all what the garden's looking like now. All right, guys. So I'm gonna start down at this end because this is like kind of the junkier side. Not really, but it's organized chaos. That's what we gonna call it. So those are pieces from the beds that I tore down. I did repurpose some of those pieces, but that's what's left over. I got some of that soil left over because I got a bunch of it because it was clearanced, and I know I'm going to need to top off beds in the spring of 2026, so I'm getting ahead of the game. I also bought a couple bags of rocks because I plan on uppotting my citrus, and somebody suggested to me to put rocks at the bottom to give so that the soil doesn't get so compacted, because that's something that I was telling them I was dealing with a little bit. So they said that would help, putting a layer of rocks at the bottom and then put the soil, and then it allows the water to drain and not just kind of sit in those pots with my citrus plants. All right, my begonias are still going. Y'all, I can't even believe they are. I don't understand. It's been cold, really cold, and they still, hey, do your thing, girl. They still going. Extra grow bag, extra pots to use in the new season. I haven't even drilled holes in it, so it's building up water from rain. These that's kind of smothered in between what's happening over here. These are my grapevines. I have two grapevines. One is white grape, one is red grape. Don't remember which is which and don't really care because long as they both give me grapes. Okay? All right. Along the back, so you see I have covered everything with landscape cover. So along the back, I plan on putting all my big grow bags, those 65-gallon leaf bags that I grew in back here. I think I have 4 or 5 that survived. I think a couple of them that kind of ripped up when I was trying to move them around. It's all good. So I'm gonna put all of them back here. Those trays I used in past, I'm probably not going to use them in the upcoming season at all. I'll probably end up stacking them up and kind of sitting them up to the side somewhere and just let them just sit somewhere. And if I need to use them, I'll have them. But I made sure that going into this setup, I would have clear, visible walkways to get around my beds, to get to plants where I don't feel like I'm having to step over things and stuff like that. Okay? So let's go back out this way, and then we'll just do this. So along right outside of my patio space, this is an okra plant. It's actually putting on okra. This one I kind of started late, but as you see, she's putting on some okra. My turmeric, I think I'm going to throw her in the greenhouse because I know she's not really quite ready, because it hasn't been going the length of time that turmeric usually takes. And I think I want to give it a little bit more time. So I'm thinking about putting this in the greenhouse. And even though I got leaves dying back and stuff, it's just been cold here. She probably ain't happy with me. I forget what that is. That pot does not go to her. I forget what she is. She's a flower though. I just forget which one. Okay. All right. So let's come back this way. So I have a couple of these barrel tubs. I showed you guys these on a video in the summer because I can't remember which, I think it was Home Depot, had them for $5, and you can't beat that for those big tubs. These are 21-gallon tubs. Yep. So I've set these up with some tomato cages. Don't know for sure if I'm gonna put tomatoes in there or not. But I'm like, whatever I put in there, they'll be fine to grow up around these. And if I need to move these, I can. But if you don't remember, I got these from my Amazon wish list. My Renaissance grandma got these for me for my birthday. This past birthday, 2025, from my Amazon wish list. So thank you again, my Renaissance grandma. Look, they getting put to use because remember I took them out to the community garden. Yeah, I brought them babies back home. Pulled them right up out the ground. So I got 2 of those set up. All right, and then I brought my green stock over here. So this one had all the herbs in it. Right now, so when I brought it over here, I changed. The mint was at the bottom, and I just flipped it because I had harvested everything else from it. So the only thing in here now is the mint up top, and I threw some Swiss chard in a few of the pockets. So I will have that at some point coming up, but nothing is in any of the other tiers right now. Over here, this is a new bed that I set up. I had it for a while. I had a couple beds that I had never set up, never even took out the boxes because I really didn't have room for them at the time. One was a birthday gift and one was purchased by me. And Sam's bought me this one as a birthday gift from my wish list. So thank you, Sam. But it has pumpkin growing in it. I did see, let me see if I can find it. I was out here there it is, the other day, and I was like, oh, it's got a couple babies on here. There's one, and I think it's one on this other plant. There's 2 plants in here, and I think there's one. Oh, yeah, there is. He's getting a little bigger, but I don't think they're gonna make it because, like I said, it's getting cold here. I don't really know what pumpkins like when it comes to growing. I just was like, you know what? I'll throw them in there. I'll try and grow some pumpkin. How about that? So here we are. But it tells you I can grow them. So maybe next year I'll do it a little earlier and we can get pumpkin, because I think once it starts getting cold, this plant gonna die. And I shouldn't even say start getting cold. It's already cold. And you can see she's reaching out and wrapping herself around my strawberry tower. This is my other green stock. So let me step back so you can see. Oh, I'm like, what am I stepping on? So this one has only strawberries in it. So yeah, I need to pull some of these dead leaves off, but it's all good. But this green stock has nothing but strawberries in it. And that will be my strawberry green stock from here on out. That's been claimed. Okay, so let's go this way. I have more of the tubs with more tomato cages. That's just a different one. These I've had for a while, the tomato cages. And there's another one of the ones that were part of the pack from the ones I got for my birthday. So I have 3 of them over here. I do plan on having 3 over there. One of them I use to put some peppers in that I'm overwintering. You'll see that one in a minute, okay? Because I did have 3 of them over there. Over here, I decided to just put soil in some small containers that I have. I have bunches of containers, y'all. So I just filled a few of them, and there's actually seeds in some of them. I have onions. Onions and carrots, I think. And these, I don't remember for sure. Don't get me lying. I think I have onions and carrots in some. And I think I have just 3 of them with something in it. So those 2 are empty. But we'll see if something starts coming up. And then we'll know. How about that? Y'all know this is where I have my figs at in the ground. That is a brown turkey, Chicago Hardy. That's the one that gave me. Ooh, she got one on here now. I wouldn't even have seen that one because I did not look down below for figs. And I thought I had gotten all of them off of her. But she had a baby one down there. It probably could have went longer, but when I tell y'all it's cold here, it's cold, okay? We got down to 30 something last night, and the high today was like 55. Okay, so it's chilly. This one is I think it's called a Violetta fig. I don't know how she's gonna do. So this is what I got, and you see she grew from there. So I thought it had died. That's the thing about figs that I've seen, is that you'll think it's dead and then it comes up somewhere else. So we'll see how this one do. I don't think she is cold hardy, but yeah, we'll see if she dies back and comes back. That's her spot though for now. And y'all, this monster right here, this is the other brown turkey. That spot must be a really nice spot, because when I tell you, she was no bigger than the rest of these when I got her. But yes, she's showing her everlasting self out. She is. I got her and the Chicago Hardy at the same time, and you see how she's showing up and showing out. Okay, and she's loaded with figs, but because it's getting cold, I don't know if they're going to ripen before it gets too cold, but she is kind of loaded. I don't know if y'all can even see what I'm showing y'all. Let me go on the other side, but she is kind of loaded with figs. So some there, and the ones I was trying to show you over there, and I'm sure there's some on the back branches as well. But you see, look, let me come back. Yeah, that's after having her just this season. I got her in the spring of 2025. Okay, we in fall 2025. She started out very small, probably what that Violetta one looked like. It was probably a little bigger than that though. But she did not start out nothing like this. Like, this is all new. She just showed up and showed out. I wonder if, I can't remember, but I'm pretty sure that I even showed planting these, and if I did, I'm going to insert that video so you can see where she started to see where she is now. Okay, so before I leave from over this side, because there's still some things, I had ginger growing in this. That's the ginger I started it from. I harvested the ginger. You'll be seeing a video on that if you haven't already. And then I moved my cherry trees. I actually potted them because they weren't in pots before. Here, this is the one I did the short about blooming. So yeah, she showed out. She still got blooms on her. And it's cold, y'all. And then she has a little growth coming off of her at the bottom. So yeah, she was trying to do her thing. I think she's just confused because of this weather. And then I put this bed up. Like I said, I had two of them. One that I purchased and one that I got as a gift. And y'all, I tried all season to grow ground cherries. Could not do it. Now this bed is full of them. Full of them. And I know, I hear you, bro. I hear you. Like, girl, get them out of there because you're going to have ground cherries forever. But I ain't never had them. So I already pulled some of the plants out. So I left 4 of them, because you think this is 3. This is 1. There's 2 over here. Yeah. And then that's the 4th one. And then this right here is I think bok choy, and I think that's a bok choy. So yeah, that's what's happening in this bed. And then my other cherry tree, so this one is this Stella? Rainier. This is the Rainier. And then she just came off her little tag. But I need to figure out a way to keep that there, because I'm gonna need that. I'll need that to blow away. That is my Rainier. This one is the Stella. Okay. And I have her on the other side. So they're both doing pretty good. And in that bag, I want to say this one had potatoes in it, which I have harvested. I harvested my potatoes that I grew in these bags, but not my potatoes that's in the really big bag. I harvested them there. And by now you probably saw that video. Over here, so that's my little patio storage thing. And then it just has some empty containers on it and stuff. Here is one of my peach trees. Which one is it? The Red Haven. So there's the Red Haven peach. This is not the one that was loaded last year, but she's looking good. She's looking real good. And then my other peach tree is over here. This is the one that showed out, that I bought with peaches on it. This one is the Ruby Prince. And she's looking good too. So over here is a raised bed that I've had for quite a while, and I have strawberry plants in it, along with some stuff that I need to pull out of there, but there's some strawberries in there as well. That's where I've used to grow my strawberries exclusively, but as you see, I have strawberries in my green stock. So if I have pockets, because what I was going to do is dig those out and put them in the empty pockets on the green stock. We're gonna see, because it sounds good. I think that has sweet potatoes in it before, one of my bags that has sweet potatoes in it. But I think that, because what I did is I grew potatoes first and then sweet potatoes. I think that's a potato that's trying to grow again. But yeah, so just to pan the space that I just showed you, this was my other side of the yard that I didn't used to grow in, and now I have covered it mostly, and it's now going to be my container, quote unquote, part of the garden. That's the idea. Okay, so now we're gonna check out the other side of the garden. So y'all, I added a little fence here because I saw this on Yellow Door Homestead channel. She had a yellow fence, and I was like, I gotta have one. I even told her that. I'm noticing that it's leaning a little bit, but it was already leaning, don't get me wrong. I couldn't get it straight, and it's because of my yard. It's not because of the fence. And I just was like, you know what, it is what it is. And I bought a little sign, and it says Gigi's Garden. It does say established 2025, and that's because that's when I redid the garden. Somebody was like, you should have did it from when you first started gardening. No, I wanted to do it from when this got redone. She got a makeover. She got her BBL. Okay. All right. So over here, I've had this bed for a while. I actually have, I think, garlic. I think I put garlic bulbs in here. So I don't know. We're gonna see. I had cucumbers growing in this one last season, but I told y'all my comfrey is disrespectful, and she shaded out the cucumbers, I think, so bad that I really didn't get any. As you can see, I have a couple of them going bad in the bed. I'm just leaving them. And then I added this arch, which what I am going to put in here, my plan is to put my grapevine in here and let it grow up the arch from the corner of this bed and this bed. So y'all know I tried to grow eggplant. I did get some, and I'm just leaving those plants, even though it's cold and they probably ain't gonna be doing much of nothing. I left them anyway. So these beds were already here. These are not new. It just has a newer look, I guess you can say, to it, because everything is kind of open and cleaned up over here. But yeah, I love my little fence. It's cute. It's cute, and it functions. I added wheels to it. Let me show you, just to make it slide easier. But you just lift that and it unlatches it, and then I can open it, or I can pull it open the other way. It can go both ways. Okay, there it goes. Now it's closed. All right, so this is my newer green stock to the garden, not to me. This was a birthday present from Beshert Journey a couple years ago, and I didn't have anywhere to put it. And since I was redoing the garden, I was like, she's going up. So she's right in front of the new space. She has nothing in her yet. Blue is my favorite color, if you guys didn't know. But, and I love all shades of blue. I'm probably more of the royal, but I like all shades of blue. So, yes, had to add my green stalk over here and get that going. So, of course, the fence is just for aesthetic, because I can go around, which I do most of the time, instead of acting like I gotta go through the fence, okay? In addition to having the eggplant in here, I also have pepper plants still in here. These are cayenne peppers, and they still have peppers on them, as you can see. And I just left them. And I'm gonna let them do what they do. You know, the peppers don't tend to like really care that much about the fact that it's cold out here. So I'm gonna let them do what they do. Over in here, you've seen the video, because I know by the time this comes out, that bin came out. Because matter of fact, yeah, y'all that video, yeah. Anyway, because not even so much when this comes out, I'm recording this after that came out. So this has garlic in it, and this has garlic in it. So that video is on the channel if you want to see how I started my garlic. Over here, I didn't show where I planted it everywhere, but I did at least show for sure. I remember showing this in video. So what I did with my blueberries is I gave them a little more space in between each other, but I plan on adding another at least 1 or 2 blueberry plants. But this is my blue crop blueberry. That's my pink lemonade blueberry, and I don't know what variety that one is. On the end, I just got it not too long ago. Y'all, I be looking for these, and this is why I be looking for them, because I'll stick them somewhere and then be like, oh, I'm gonna grab it, and then I don't. I don't know what that is, and if I want to let it be. It almost looks like garlic, or well, yeah, it almost looks like it, but I know it ain't, because I ain't put no garlic in here. But I'm not sure what variety that is. That's a new blueberry plant. It was one of those ones that you get in the bags that has like the bag with the little mulch stuff in it, cocoa core in it, from Walmart or something. But yeah, I think that's a Jersey, if I'm not mistaken. That might be the Jersey. All right, so next to it, I have I think this is my Honeycrisp. It is the Honeycrisp apple tree. So I pulled up I actually pulled out all of my blueberries, my peaches, and my apples, and I cut back the roots and gave them a fresh compost and all that. Got them ready for the fall. So, and you see, they still looking nice. Like they wasn't upset about me giving them that attention. So next year, I know this was loaded this year. Next year, I'm gonna figure out how to make sure I get some of those apples, because the squirrel was disrespectful and took all my apples. In front of there is one of my 4x2 beds. This is the one that you saw me fill in a video. And as you can see, the little moth has been laying its eggs on it, and I have to come out here all the time because I'll see my plants kind of chewed up. So yeah, I'm always out here taking them off. I don't know how they get past me, but they do, and they're eating up my plants. But that's one of my 4x2 beds. So these are all 2 feet deep, 4 feet long, 2 feet across. Okay, so I have cabbage, bok choy, probably some collards in here. Yeah, a lot of different stuff. All right, on this side we have our 6x3x2 bed. So 6 feet long, 3 feet wide, 2 feet deep. And she has a lot of the brassicas in there as well. She's covered, so I don't have that same issue I do with the moth eating them up. But I'm still not seeing where my plants are trying to put on broccoli heads. but I've been enjoying the broccoli leaves because I'm like, if nothing else, I'm gonna get that. You know, you got to see, you know, the brighter side of things sometimes, instead of getting frustrated that the plant doesn't do exactly what you wanted it to do. You just, you know, enjoy the part that it is giving you. But for whatever reason, I mean, they're nice and big, but I don't see no broccoli. So there's that. I don't know what's going on with that. And yes, I feed them and all the things, so I don't know what's happening there. All right, so on this side I have my other apple tree. What is it? That's, I was trying to remember what it is. The Fuji. That's my Fuji apple tree. Like I said, I took them out, both of them out, cut back them roots some, and gave them fresh, you know, compost and everything. But they looking good. They looking good. That was something I didn't know I needed to do, and G Mama Girls was telling me this a couple years ago, and I was like, what? That sounds like too much work. But I made it happen, y'all. When I was doing this garden, redoing this space, I worked. We ain't even gonna talk about it. I worked, y'all. I have another comfy plant in ground. That's what's over there. That one's growing out the ground. And then this is my other 4x2x2 bed, and it has brassicas in it as well. And yeah, I don't remember this one being chewed up before, so something, I'm gonna have to check it after the video, because that one wasn't getting damaged, and now it is. I had some damaged over here, so I threw extra plants over there, so there's 2 and 2 here, but there was one to begin with. Collards, cabbage, that's probably all that's in here. Collards and cabbage in this bed. Okay, over there in that corner is my big 65-gallon bag with potatoes growing out of it, and I'm just gonna let them go. My goal was to see if I can grow fall potatoes. I could, so we gonna let them go, and we gonna I don't know, I'm thinking a couple weeks or so. I'm gonna be patient with this one. I'm gonna let it die back as much as I can. Let it die back. It's probably gonna get real cold here before I harvest it, but we gonna see how it do. This is an experiment. Okay, I think I'm gonna have potatoes either way, so I don't think it's gonna affect me having the potatoes. All right, so I'm gonna go over here. This is another one of those 21-gallon pots. It used to have, I don't know, some fruit tree in it, but now it's just got stuff sitting in there. But I'm gonna come back and pan so you can see what's been done. See how open it is? Like, I can move around, and I'm not gonna feel like I'm squeezing around and in between stuff. So when these are done growing, those potatoes, that bag is coming out. I told you I was going against the fence on the other side, and then I have 2 more of those round metal beds that are going to go over there. Okay, so they'll go there, they'll get filled, whatnot. Okay, I did top this one off, but when the next year comes, I will add some soil to this one and to that one, and then I will top off all of those, because those, you saw how full that one was when I did the video. I told y'all it was going to drop. That's why I wasn't worried about it. And I'll top it off in the new year, in the new season, I mean. So in fall, spring of 2026. Okay, all right, so let me show y'all what's going on in the greenhouse. Oh, you know what, I missed something. That's the mint. Remember I told y'all, I showed y'all I got mint. That's the mint from Miss Cheryl and from Simply Belle. And y'all see, that's a chocolate mint. It's doing good. It's doing good. So yes, we're gonna have chocolate mint for sure. And I'm gonna split it up when the next season starts. Over here I had some Swiss chard that I just threw in there, but it's growing, so you know. And that's one of those plants that gets very little pest pressure. I have some lettuce growing in this one here that I need to harvest, And then over here is where I put all those seeds from the pomegranate I got from Juicing with Jay that I'm trying to see if they will germinate. So they probably ain't gonna do much during the winter, but we'll see if they come up in the spring. And don't worry, I got more seeds. Don't worry. All right, so let me let y'all see what's happening in the greenhouse. So I have the heater on, even though the door was open. It says it's 60 degrees in here. It just dropped to 59. I moved that to the floor because I was watching Lead Farmer. He was showing how he's heating his greenhouse with a diesel heater. And he was like, he keeps the thermostat on the floor because heat rises. So if it's up higher, it's going to tell you it's warmer when it probably isn't, and your plants are down lower. So you want to know what your what the temperature is where your plants are. And that does have an app for it, so I can check it from in the house to see what the temperature is in here. Okay. All right, so remember I told y'all I took one of these that was out there and brought it in here. I put my jalapeno plant in here. It does have a few babies on here, on the plants, but I didn't put them in here to necessarily get jalapenos all year. I wanted to see if I could overwinter them so that next season when I'm ready to grow, I don't have to start from scratch. I can just bring this out and hit a flower, hopefully give me jalapenos, and we're all good. But yeah, so 2 of my jalapeno plants I threw in here. Back here in the corner is my fuchsia kumquat, and she is doing pretty good. I don't know if you guys remember, she was like very, very small, and she's starting to bush up and out, but she's going to get up potted next year. She's probably going to be in something closer to this because I want to give my citrus plants like plenty of room to get big and hopefully give me many years of citrus. That's my goal. All right, back here is my I think that's another kumquat. It is. I don't know the variety. I got this one from Tractor Supply, and she's gotten really big too. So they're doing pretty good. My kumquats, they're starting to show up. Next to her is the lemon. I think this is a Harvey lemon. Let me see. Yeah. Let's see. Yep. It's a Harvey lemon. I don't know if that's focusing or not. She lost a lot of her leaves, but she still got leaves on her. I fed everyone that's in here. And then they also got some alfalfa. What is this called? Because I just did it. Alfalfa meal. Yeah, they got some of this too. So they have been fed. Hopefully that's what you're seeing, like scattered across the top. And then as I water it, it'll get, kind of go into the soil every time. But they did get fed, so hopefully they are good throughout the winter. Over here is my Kimbra Satsuma. She's still baby. But she's still alive. So that's what's up. We're gonna see if we can get her bigger. I did redo the soil and all 3 of those in the back there. I pulled them all out. I kind of fluffed out their roots some because that's why when I told you they were compact in there. And then I made sure their soil was nice and loose. But I want to pot them next year and do the rocks at the bottom. I had already done this before I got that idea. Well, I was told to try that, so I wasn't gonna mess with them again. And I did the same thing with her in the corner, with my kumquat in the corner. Okay. All right, right here is who are you, baby? Who are you? This is the y'all know who she is. Lasia. And this was like this when I put that plant in here. She done grew just since she been in here. So that's my Lasia pepper. I want to overwinter her as well. So I got the Lasia. I dug her up and put her in a pot, and I dug those two up and put them in a pot. So we're gonna see how they do over the winter in the greenhouse. Then I have my 2 pineapple guavas. So these plants have been doing good since I got them. I mean, they have flourished since I got them. And if you don't remember, I accidentally stuck them in the greenhouse when I first got them, and it was hot, and the leaves got really crispy before I got them in pots, and I got in trouble for doing so because Tigsy got on me. But look what they doing now, Tigsy. Let me step back. I don't want to knock over my heater, and it's right behind me. Look at them. They doing good. So they bounced back. I gave them a lot of love during the spring and summer, and they're doing really good. So those are my pineapple guavas. All right. And then up here I have my 2 figs that are not cold hardy. One is LSU purple, and one is, I think it's called the Forest King. I don't know which is which because somebody has the tags, but when she up potted and put these in here, she didn't put the tags in it right away, and now she don't remember which. But we don't care. We just want the figs. How about that? But they did not look like this when I got them. I got them on clearance at the big box store, and they were sad, but they were alive. So, and they had figs. One of them had figs on it. I think it was the Forest King, and it didn't. Those figs fell off. It had started like drying up the leaves and all that, and I up potted them, put them in some better soil, and y'all, it did not look like this when I got it. Matter of fact, I think there's a video from when I got these, and it did not look like this. So yeah, they like it in here. They like it in here. So that's where they're gonna be. They've been in here for a while, but they like it. So that's what's going on right now. I did add some lights into the greenhouse because I was told that can help heat it some, but we're gonna figure this out. So Led, if you watch this, remember I said I have to think about how I would get heat from diesel in here, because this is that plastic stuff, and I don't have any openings. I mean, I have the window up here, but yeah, and I could wedge it in between the door, just leave the door cracked, the door leading in. I don't know though. I don't know if that's gonna work or not, so we're gonna figure that out. But y'all, that is the garden. What y'all think? So yes, there's a lot of junk still in here and stuff, but I have shelves on both sides, so I have stuff in here. Some of this stuff is going to be trashed, but some of it is just going to be in here for whatever reason, because some of the stuff needs to be in here. So yeah, that's what we got going on. We got the greenhouse, we got the garden space, and that's what we got. Yes, there'll be a little bit more cleanup by spring to have everything like all nice when the springtime comes. But it's not chaotic. It's not really crazy, but everything will be exactly where I want it to be. Oh, and I had soil over here too. I forgot to show y'all that. I had some stacked up over here too. So yeah, I got some garden stakes over there. So yeah, we just got a lot of stuff going on, but now it's just open and airy, and I can move around it so much easier, and I love it. And who needed a yard? So this is something I am thinking about, because you see I showed you over here. I had that raised bed there. That's just my tripod there. But I am thinking about, so let me come over here more. That's just another storage thing. I really don't need it, but I can also move it. But if I could get rid of it or move it. That tub on top of it just got trash and stuff in it that I need to get rid of. This was a bed I used to grow in. I can move that over to the pot side. A little pot raised bed thingy. And then I can move the tree down. And what I'm thinking is I can open up this whole entire space. So from that fence post to the end where this this raised bed is, I can fit maybe a chicken coop with a small run. And even if I did like a short run, but maybe has something that came out a little bit this way too, to give them a little bit more room to move around. Because chickens have come back into the equation for me. Yeah, they have come back into the equation. And I think that's the best spot in my garden for it. And I can move all that stuff and find other places for it, to be quite honest. I could put that tree somewhere else. Absolutely can. I have space for it. That raised bed, absolutely I can put it somewhere else. I can move it and put it up against the greenhouse on this side and just move these pots that are down there. They don't need to be there. And I can move that tree over to the other side of the greenhouse. I got one peach here. I could put the other peach on the other corner. And then I have like all this open real estate to put a chicken coop, because I only want like a few chickens. It's just me and my daughter. That's my thought for now, because I don't have a lot of space. I saw something like a little scraggly hair. Y'all know how I get. Anyway, that is in the equation again for the spring. I'm starting an envelope to start saving for it. Yes, so I'm serious. So yeah, I hope y'all like this. I hope y'all like the tour. I know this is long, but I knew it would be, because I did a lot. I did a lot of work. And I was trying to wait till everything was perfect. I was like, yeah, that ain't gonna happen. Life just don't be letting it be that. So this is perfect enough. Okay, so don't forget to like this video, comment, share, and subscribe, and I will talk to y'all later. All right, peace.